Good afternoon to the evening to everyone in the United States. Good morning to all of you in Thailand, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, on the east side of the world when you guys open up your phones. I'm here at the Watt in Tampa. It's very beautiful, and in front of me are a group of students who are visiting, and this is a Walk with the Buddha program. I did not plan for this. I just last minute said we're just gonna meet at the temple and we'll go from there. We bounced from one place to another here, and most of the buildings did not have AC. So this was the administration building has AC. Today's focus will be on the many requests from the student is the life of Buddha. Now it could be really lengthy, so I'm going to keep it short and fun. And these guys back here also have questions about the Buddha. And Gage and Kevin, you guys want to come over here on the far right? And Steve, you can roll over around, get all sorts of angles if you like. So, the Buddha was an amazing man. Let me see if I either butcher this or get this right with the life of the Buddha and trying to compress his life and how to make it really awesome. Because these two don't know about the life of the Buddha either. I know what I'm going to do. What do you guys remember about the life of the Buddha when I told you?
That you grew up rich and then you moved away from home to see what it's like struggling.
And he saw the 4
Sights?
sights, disease,
Death?
death. He saw the corpses and stuff.
An old man?
Yeah.
And then a holy man. Okay, so I like to do this. I like to do this. So make sure you pay attention in your CBT book because I'll go back and ask you what you guys kind of know how I do things, right?
Yes.
Ooh, not professional. So the Buddha was a prince within the Sakyan clan. He belonged to a chieftain. People call him a king. In the text, it used the word chieftain, which is like a governor, if we were to say in modern day, of the Sakyan clan. And his father, so after the Buddha was born, his mother was Maya. Not to be mistaken with the demon lord Mara. Mara is a psychological demon. We'll get to that. His mother died 7 days after giving birth to him. He actually came out of the side of her rib. And so that was the first painful loss that he ever experienced, was the loss of his mother. And I tell people this so that they can relate. How painful it is to have lost your mother, the closest thing, your nurturer, and so on. So the wise people who were around, these gurus that were around, said after he was born, said that look, he's either going to be a great king or a great holy man that's going to change the world. And the king didn't really appeal to the holy thing, because he wanted his son. I mean, who wants their son to be a holy man, right? You should go out there and conquer, and be a great warrior and get more land or whatever. So he built a palace so that it shielded the Buddha from the worldly things that we see every day: the pain and suffering, the birth, old age, disease, decay, and subsequent death. So by the way, for all the senior teachers who are watching, I'm going to make it fun. So please just bear with me how I paint the picture of the Buddha. For the young people to laugh and have fun and engage, because if I keep it original, it's going to be very dry and everyone will fall asleep right in here. Now the Buddha had done party a lot. Females everywhere. fine female, baddies, everywhere. Okay? These are the terms and vocabularies of the lay people and of the young people. So literally the king wanted him to just have pleasure all over. That's it. Just indulge. Just have fun. Don't worry about anything else besides having fun. And he did. Matter of fact, there were so many females, they would dance, they would eat, they would party, you know. In the text, it doesn't really say much about how they party or, you know, how they get down, but I'm pretty sure they got down and got lit. Really lit. Super lit. Then they all got tired and they were like, the girls passed out like really bad. How you young people in here pass out after drinking and smoking. And like their makeup started to like, you know, come off. And the Buddha was like, well, dang. Look at Karen. Look at Karen, look at Felicia, look at Dequisha, look at Rebecca, look at Anna, look at, oh my God. So he started to get glimpsed and started to get curious about what's going on. Now, throughout his life in the monastery, at the palace, he would go out, he was trained, he was well educated in everything, in all subjects that we went through school, including, martial, pretty much military arts, bow and archery. He superseded in all these great sports, and you know, even he had a cousin that was really jealous of him. And so he beat his cousin through that. Later in life, his cousin would try to kill him 3 times. His cousin, also ordained as a monk, really tried to kill him 3 times. His cousin even asked to be head of the order, and the Buddha was like, "Oh no, this man, no to this man," in front of everybody. Throughout his training and exposure to nature, kind of like here, you know, in the palace, kind of like this place, he would see little creatures get eaten, you know, the food chain. You know, like a hawk coming down and eating a fish and flying away. He saw these killing, and he was like, oh my God. Well, not literally, oh my God, you know, he's like, geez, you get the point, right? So much suffering. Why are they killing each other? Why are they hunting? And he asked all these questions. So his curiosity grew in the subject of pain and suffering, agitation, stress. Why it be like that? You know? But it be like that. So anyways, he knew that the king didn't want him to see what's on the outs. So he said to his charioteer, the guy that's riding the horse and the carriage and the horse, he said, hey, let's bounce. Let's sneak out. Like how y'all sneak out of the house at night, thinking that your parents don't know. So they snuck out, and along the way, he saw the 4 sights. He saw disease, decay, old age, dead person, and then subsequently he saw someone that looks like, kind of like me, holding an alms bowl, a baking bowl. Back in the day, people didn't ordain or anything like that. It wasn't until the Buddha established the monastic order where the ordination process began. But back in the day, people just gave up. People just renounced, automatically renounced. They're like, all right, peace out, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go wrap myself in sheets of rags of dead people, pretty much. Just something to cover up their body with. And practice the austere practices, meaning that which the Buddha did for so long, for 6 years, 5 or 6 years, meaning he like mortified his body, you know, like starved to death, and got really skinny. You guys can see pictures of that. I don't think there's pictures of that in here, but he could like touch his spine. Imagine me sitting here touching my spine, exposing to you all, hey, look, isn't that cool? That's my C, whatever, that's my L, whatever. He was going to die during these austere practices until a woman gave him some rice porridge. But but anyway, so he saw the holy. He was like, wow, what are these holy people doing? But after seeing all these sights, he's like, there's got to be a way to transcend suffering. Just because this is really rough. He looked at it. So one day he decided, listen, and he had a wife, he had a son. Okay. So it's just to make everyone laugh. I made a TikTok video, referenced these two students visiting from Colorado, and I said, y'all don't think I have kids? I have kids. You seen it? You seen it? So right now, 100,000 people think that I have biological kids. I don't. I will submit your DNA to anyone, including DCF. And somebody put a comment, somebody said, Sensei done got laid.
Oh, jeez.
And I just laugh. There's comments like that keep me going, I swear. So yeah, so the Buddha also conceived and had Rahula, his son. On the night that he left, he looked at Rahula one last time in the crib and he says, this boy is a ball and chain, and laughed. And do not mistake me, for those who want to be Buddhist, to escape the primary responsibility of a parent and not pay child support and become a monk, because that has happened before. And DCF will come after you. I work a lot of child support cases as an interpreter in the court, so I know. And so it would be heavy karma. You're constituting suffering to another being. And no, the Buddha, Rahula was well taken care of in the palace. They got more money and riches than you can count. And his wife, after he left, she also took out all of her riches, jewelry, no makeup, slept on the floor for 6 years while he was gone. Talk about loyalty. And for you two who are going to be falling in love, and for you, all of you who are going to be looking for females in your life, a life partner, a wife to be, or whatever, committed partner, any partner, male, female, LGBTQIA+. The king lined up a whole line of females to come to see who's going to be best fit for the Buddha's wife. So the Buddha actually gave jewelry away. Every female came and he gave jewelry away, and I guess they were just trying to see who was fit and who was not fit. When came the Buddha's wife, Yashodhara, she was last in line, and by the time she got there, he ran out of jewelry. He ran out of rings and everything else, and he's like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything to give you. And she says, it is not you that needs to give me anything, it is me who needs to give you something. Ooh, 1 in a million. 1 in a million. Eres una un millón. 1 in a million. And so Buddha was like, that's the one. And so anyways, it was really touching when you actually go into details. Mind you, I'm just giving you the compressed, what I think is going to be important to you all. And keep it fun. So he left, and he took his sword, cut his hair. You will see pictures of that, him cutting his hair. And off he goes, studying under different gurus out there. And he didn't really answer his question, especially the austere practices. So on the brink of his death, when this woman came and gave him this rice porridge, I guess he put something in the river and he wanted a sign, an omen, that if this bowl comes against the river currents, it's a sign for me to continue my path. And he made it, and it did. It went up the river, it didn't go down. So he was like, all right, good news. I'm gonna continue doing this. And I am going to go and meditate underneath that tree over there. And I will not leave until I achieve full enlightenment. And that did. 49 days he sat without standing up. Wow. And so you will see pictures of Mara, a bunch of snakes and all these things. Mara in the books paint this picture like these are demons out there crawling around trying to get you. But Mara is actually our own psychological demons, our own greed, anger, and delusion. And so Mara appeared again, back to the female thing, right? Hot females everywhere, daughters, trying to get him to go back to worldly pleasures. But the Buddha wasn't buying it, because he has penetrating insight into the true nature and reality of things. Whatever y'all find attractive to females, and if it gets really bad, find the unattractive nature of females. Whatever is attractive about you, find the unattractive nature about you. You're not too attached to your body. There are people out there who are really attached to their body. They will fix everything, they will pump, they will fix, they will make their booty bigger, yes? They'll make their boobs bigger, yes? They will fix their nose. All sorts of mortifications and fixtures. For what? How long do you think it's going to last? Right? Extreme attachment. So he achieved enlightenment. Then off he goes, teaching the middle way. What is the middle way? People mistaking Buddhism is all about suffering. It's not. It's about you acknowledging that there is suffering in life. Devil. Okay, can you pass out water for everyone? Since we tried out there for a good 10, 15 minutes. It's about us acknowledging suffering in life. Is it true that we are all subject to birth, old age, disease, decay, and death? Yes, right? As soon as you were born, you started crying because it was cold. It was cold. And the Buddha pretty much gave us what to look for and what to prepare for. Need water. The Buddha need water. On the brink of death. Parched. People who want to destroy Buddhism use that. They're like, Buddhism is all about pessimism and they're all about suffering. No. We come in life, we come in school, not knowing what to expect. Remember back in grade school, high school, middle school, we didn't know what to expect. We were like, oh my God, who are you, our teacher? What do you want from us? You know, it was stressful, right? The pressure to succeed and trying to fit in, being Asian, being Chinese, trying to fit in, right? Being who you are, fitting in, trying to be who you are. So the Buddha came along life and he wanted people to know what to expect. Look, expect to be born, expect these things are going to happen. You're going to decay. Your teeth are going to fall off. If you think they don't, you're going to set yourself up for failure. So he just wants you to see the true nature of reality of life. Imagine right now we're on a boat. This is a boat. Look on the floor. We're now on a boat. What do you expect to be on a boat? Tell me. This is the boat. What do you expect? And what else? What do you expect? We're on an expensive boat. What do you expect?
Life rafts.
Okay. Do you expect the boat leaking?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Who expects $1 million boat not to leak? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Do you expect this boat not to leak?
Titanic.
Beautiful. It's 4 over here. Thank you. Sound familiar? Same lesson before we eat, huh? So anyways, yeah, the boat's gonna leak, by the way. $1 million or $1 boat, yeah? But you come to this boat and you expect, nah, We got, give me some motor names. Mercury.
Yeah.
We got 4 Mercury motor on this thing. We got fishing poles. We got, what's top of the line fishing pole? Top of the line fishing pole. Pen?
Depends.
You expect nothing gonna break. And if you really hung on to that rigid belief that there's nothing going to go wrong on this $1 million boat, and when it in fact does for some odd reason, right? And you've seen that people throw fits, yeah, when they don't get their way. So such is life, you know. So the Buddha just wants you to know, hey, when you're on this boat, just expect it to leak, and when it does, we'll show you what to do when it leaks. That's all. Same thing. It's the same analogy of what to expect in life: old age, disease, decay, and death. The middle way is about, in the Noble Eightfold Path, teaches you about not too extreme of something. Drinking too much water is not good for you. You all know that, right? Too much sleep is not good for you. And too lazy of anything is not a good thing. Staying all day depressed in bed is not a good thing. So we need to find the middle way. The middle way is always alert, aware, conscious, awake. Keeping life zesty, enthusiastic, mindful, right effort, right livelihood. Don't engage in illegal activities. Live the chill life is in the Noble Eightfold Path. He gave you a method on how to live. Question is, how do we live? We told you, don't cheat, don't lie, don't kill, don't steal. Watch what you say, and if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. How many of us have said things and we're like, ooh, shot yourself in the foot? How many relationships have been ruined just based on your words alone? Psychological daggers are the same as an actual real dagger, yes? The psychological and emotional impact of each word. Oh, daggers with ragged edges. So, any questions so far on the life of Buddha? That was in a nutshell. More. Let me add some more. Along the way, after he became enlightened, things were not chill for him. He was chill, but things outside of him was not. Along the way, he met all sorts of people, all sorts of laymen, laywomen, and all in disease, old age. People came and sought answers, and he was very skilled in meeting each person where they're at. Each and every single one of you. If you met the Buddha, he knew exactly what you needed, what you wanted in life right now. And he can select the proper teaching just for you to understand at your level of understanding and comprehension. Right? You ever talk to a PhD? And they use words like conglomerate. What? Right? How do you think I'd get 1 million followers? Trust me, I didn't do it out of the book. It would be dry and boring. Right? Yesterday you guys read out of the book. Guess how many views you guys got? 1,000. You know, people are like, oh God. They read the 9 things that proved the Buddha was in fact real.
Yeah.
Right? But this is read out of the book and everyone's like, nah, we ain't having this. We are charged with that task in meeting you where you're at. A skillful monk needs to know where they're at in life. That's why we talk on the phone, right? What you're dealing with, what kind of stress you're at, so I can select out of 84,000 teachings proper for you. Each and every single one of you. If you didn't get the point, I probably failed. So if you don't get the point, you have to ask, because I don't have the crystal ball. Anyways, he established a monastery. There were very unruly monks. Just because they're monks doesn't mean they were holy. There were different regions where monks were scattered all over the place. They broke so many rules. They were partying. They broke all the precepts. He had to tighten everybody back up. It was a headache. It was a headache. But I want you all to know that the Buddha went through a lot of trials and tribulations after becoming the Buddha. It was rough. And before he became the Buddha, he also took infinite level of rebirths. He was a worm, he was a woman, He was a guy, he was everything. He was a leaf, he was all these beings. So after he became fully enlightened, he already had all the knowledge in the world. How do you become a Buddha? Well, you first have to go through the 4 stages of enlightenment. Every Buddha was an arahant, which is of saint, the last stages of a saint. But not every saint becomes a Buddha. Because the Buddha has to know everything, in addition to have given up everything. An arahant just has to give up greed, anger, delusion. Arahant. Every single one of you, I have prior information about. Well, no, not really. Just majority of you, I have prior information about. And I hope that you look at your own agitation and stress carefully. And how you ache in the morning, backache. How you wake up unhappy in the morning. How you wake up with expectations. How things should be a certain way, but they're not. I want things a certain way, but they can't. And how that causes us agitation. Give me some examples. What do you expect that you know you cannot get? I expect $1 million in donations. You think I'm gonna get it? I'm mad as hell right now. What do you expect?
Money?
To buy airsoft guns?
Not just for everything.
Mm.
You need money for everything.
Mm. Kevin?
I guess like, yeah, money.
What else? Devin? Females?
No. A house by tomorrow.
A house by tomorrow.
Yeah.
You've been living a lavish life lately. Baller. You guys want to volunteer?
I mean, for me, I kind of expect my work to be easy. It's not, you know, communication with customers, and I guess I should expect people to just be angry all the time because it's kind of what I've been getting. But
You get angrier by the day, especially with the Supreme Court rulings and everything else that just compounds people's suffering. You know? Can you hand me this blue bag? Right?
Yeah, I expect love back when I give unconditional love to people, I feel like. Sometimes.
When we want something a lot and we don't get what we want, boy, isn't that stressful. Right? When we think about it and we dwell on it, where's my other GoPro? My other GoPro? The other one, the short one? Or did I forget that?
yeah, I handed it to you.
In my bag? In my bag. Right out of battery, but it's okay.
This.
We got backup after backup. Thank you. Just think, I just want everyone to just sit there and just think about this very real thing. What we want, and we can't get what we want. Not right now, at least. Wanting something and not getting it is stressful. And getting something that you don't want, like a flat tire or an STD, is stressful. What have you gotten that you didn't ask for? Go ahead.
Drug test.
Drug test. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh hell. Oh hell. Can you imagine smoking weed and like you just like blazing and just in your nirvanic world, and all of a sudden somebody down barged in and said, guess what? We're gonna start drug testing by next week, so you better quit it. Can you imagine that? As a young kid? Oh, you've never seen Tasmanian devil before in your life. Right? Just imagine that. I was a very angry young man growing up. Don't think I was always zen. I I didn't become a monk because all was well at home. Trust me. I ran away. I lost everything in my. I lost 3 times in my life. I've lost everything. Homeless 3 times. Having to live with friends. It was rough. Okay. So always remember that. Wanting something and not getting it, stressful. Getting something you don't want, stressful. Okay. How easy you let things go not meant for you will be key and salient to your peace and happiness. You want a female don't want you, whatever the case may be, let it go. What good does it do if we still hang on to it? I want that weed. Gots to have that weed. But you can't, not now. But if you keep on hanging on to that thought, it causes all sorts of hell in your mind. And then hatred and anger against your parents. True or false? Every time you look at it, you're like, you don't even want to look at them, right? You took something away from you. You took something away from you. In life, a lot of things will be taken away from you. In life, you want to speed by driving. And whoop, whoop. Red, white, and blue. The colors of freedom until they're behind you. Right? I want to speed. But I can't. And if I do, $400. 4 hours BDI course. Points, insurance. So if we adjust our attitude of life, how we see life and how we have, sometimes we do have to conform. I have 227 rules to conform to, with thousands of amendments. You think the Constitution has amendments? Look at ours, right? So, we lead by example. Yeah, we're all in this together. You suffer, I suffer. You want, I want. You cry, I cry. You laugh, I laugh. Suffering is all in here, by the way, folks. You create your own heaven or hell right all up in here. No matter who you're dating or lying next to, you're still alone with your thoughts. Every single day. Every moment of the day. When this has been brought under control, is well attended to, and well disciplined, you will achieve happiness. Simply put. So how do we bring this under control? Through meditation. How do we meditate? Focus on the breath. But before we meditate and focus on the breath, you have to make a promise to yourself. Is that in order for me to do this, I gotta cut back some drama in my life. I have to know how to just let a lot of things out in my life so I can clear the way to sit here in silence with myself, to understand myself, to find out what are the noises inside of me are trying to say. You got all sorts of noise in your mind. What are some of those noises?
I guess greed to an extent.
Greed?
Yeah.
What does it say to you? Tell me the little voice in your head. What did they say?
I don't know.
Need more.
Yeah.
My biggest thing that causes me concern is worrying about money for bills. I don't necessarily want a whole lot or extra or anything. I just would like to not worry about
Survival.
my rent,
Survival.
Yeah.
Miss Brenda, the voices in your head.
Fear.
Fear.
Fear of future.
What do the voices in your head tell you, Kai? Voices. Give me all sorts of random voices in your head. Kenny, you're up next. The next song you want to play?
Yeah.
Rolling that blunt. Can't wait to roll that next blunt.
Like it's like anger.
Anger.
Yeah.
The Buddha says, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it tells me to do like stupid stuff, I guess.
The Buddha said that we are subject to 3 poisons in life. And we just heard greed. Who said greed? Well, oh, right, Gage said greed, which is excessive desire. We heard anger, which is exactly what the Buddha said, hatred. Anger becomes hatred if left unchecked, right? Okay. Like hating your teachers and hoping they get COVID. Yeah. Some teachers be like that. See how they laugh and they're like, oh, he done hit the spot. Now these two are fueled by ignorance. Ignorance of the Four Noble Truths. We have greed and we have anger because we don't know about the Four Noble Truths. And what is the Four Noble Truths? Let me keep it really simple for y'all. Literally in like 5 words. The first noble truth is life sucks. Which is there's suffering in life, right? Remember? Acknowledging that life sucks. Just, damn. Right? The second noble truth is if you don't want life to suck, stop wanting stuff. Life sucks right now. I can't get my weed, man. Well, stop whining. Then it would stop sucking. Number 3. Oh, I'm sorry. That's number 3. Number 2 is life sucks because you want stuff. Okay? Desire. Number 1, life sucks. Number 2, life sucks because you want stuff. Number 3, if you don't want life to suck, stop wanting stuff. And number 4, the path to peace is by following the Noble Eightfold Path. Which I'll give you all, but not in order. Right view, right livelihood, right mindfulness, right effort. To name a few. There are good wants in life. You can have wants. You can have desires. You just need to know when enough is enough. And not to go out of your way to steal. You know? Or to destroy other people, or to destroy yourself just to get what you really want. Whatever it is. Simply put. Be smart. Everyone here is smart. Everyone here is intelligent. You have to use the one thing that separates us from other animals to get what you want intelligently and wisely. Work smarter, not
Harder.
and without deceiving yourself and without deceiving other people. Now, sometimes in life, let's say right now everyone's suffering. Let's say right now it's rough. I'm making only $10 an hour. I can't really do much. You know, life just sucks right now. My life sucked for since 14 years old all the way until 27 years old. How many years is that? 17 years of roughness, of making minimum wage. Sometimes I get a little break in between, just like some of us, right? Right? Just imagine that 17 years of not getting what I want. Not being able to join the agency that I want, being rejected in life, multiple times. I couldn't tell you, I mean, what would you do though? I couldn't tell you how many times I failed and cried to myself and hated the world. I could turn into Hitler all day, every day. In Buddhism, they're like, well, God doesn't, is there a God? You guys believe in a God? And now every single one of you is a God. You ever thought about that? You want to be a God? You get a 38. Right? You want to be a God? You get a gun. How does that make you a God? Tell me.
Because you have the power of someone else's life in your hands.
You have the power to take life, just like Hitler, right? Horrible. Mass shooters, they were God for those whatever, how many minutes that they were in there while law enforcement tried to stop them. So we humans have the great capacity to save the world in some way, shape, or form, or to destroy the world in some way, shape, or form. You can come in. I don't think you heard me. Visitors. So, utilizing your intelligence and wisdom. In Buddhism, we also teach you to endure and to tolerate. Patience, having the patience to deal with life. I sit here because I had 17 years of patience and not wound up in prison or in the ER. Because that would be extreme, right? In prison or the ER. Right? So when you think that your life is rough, let me be the first to tell you I have walked the same shoes every single one of you have walked in. I had a conversation with myself. How am I going to go through this? And I'm tired of feeling this way. How do I run away from the pain? When we can't get what we want, we'll run away from it. We'll try to run away. We're always trying to run away. Using drugs, using gambling, sex, whatever it is, to run away from the problem. We don't want to deal with it. Well, you have to deal with the problem. You have to look at the problem right now and how we're going to deal with it effectively. How we're going to move our schedule around in our life to make time for studying. How we're going to look at our schedule right now to make time for practicing, for meditation. I'm too busy meditating right now. Think of my kids. I don't have 5 minutes to meditate. If it's important to you, you will always make time for it. True or false?
True.
Well, listen, Felicia. You done made time for your favorite show on HBO, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Zulu, Hulu, Peacock,
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. The excuses don't fly with me. Don't. I'm the teacher that keep it real. If you want a quick fix, I'm not the one for you. As I progress, this is my 7th year as a monk, as I progress older and older, now I kind of know why other ajahns, very strict, they become more strict. And then they just go into the woods, you can't even find them. And there are like layers and layers of vetting to be qualified to be a student for that. And slowly by the days I'm becoming that. I've already learned so much about every retreat that I've done. I learned so much. I have so much insight in my head about the students' behavior and the attendance rates and the graduation rates and how they forget their notebooks. Oh, by the way, I want manifestation. I want the third eye open. Yeah, you have to do the work. Well, number one, what is the third eye? What do you want to see with the third eye? You can even see with your 2 eyes. What are we trying to see? See, in the first noble truth, right view. What is right view? Seeing things as they are. It is what it is and it can't be what it ain't. Right? But yet people are still tripping. They want it, they can't see things as they are. Give me some examples of things that are not as they are. Tell me some examples in your life that you have blown things out of proportion. Like when you text your girlfriend and she don't text back and you think she's cheating. Right? And you're like, oh, she's got to be cheating. She's got to be doing something else. Why is she not picking up? She's never done this before. You started veering towards negativity already. Instead of thinking alternatively, positively. Maybe she's in the shower. Maybe she's shopping. Maybe she's on vibrate. You know how many people go through stress just based on that thought alone every day? How many boyfriend and girlfriends establish relationships? How we don't see things as they are. It is what it is, it can't be what it is. Heck, I just summarized Buddhism right there. 45 years of teaching, 45 years of teaching, 84,000 teachings in 45 years. To see things as they are, that's it. All the practices that we do is to help see things as they are. To see see the true nature of reality of things, of anything. When I see each and every single one of you, I see skeletons, I see a human, I see an envelope, I see skin, I see your heart, I see your hair, I see your smile. I see that each and every single one of you have the capability of being a God. I see that you have the capacity to be happy, capacity to be enlightened, and the capacity to be a Buddha. Or you will go to prison, or you will die in the ER, or you will be miserable, or you will go through all these things. I see all of that. Blessed are those who walk along this path and stay on this path, because you're doing the work to fully realize things as they are. 60 seconds on TikTok ain't gonna do it. They're so drawn into these quick videos of swiping and sliding, and it's not gonna do it. You think I got this far in life with swiping and meditating on an app? Holy cow! I came to a temple like this for 15, 16 years, facing the wall, meditating. You know? Facing the wall, meditating, and for hours on end. In breath, Bud, out breath, toll. It just means Buddha in Thailand. Bud, toll. For hours. 16 years. 21 years total of meditation, with the last 5 years being vipassana, which is to see the true nature of reality. And so you can't fool the teacher, and by any and all means, you cannot ever lie to me, because I will find out the truth. I will ask questions, and if you've actually done the homework, and have done the methods of meditation, I will know. Because I went there, I was there. You can't tell a chef who's been doing it for 20-something years how to cook a steak. And if he tastes your steak, he will know exactly what you did to it. Yes? Ramen noodles? If I taste ramen noodles, I will know exactly what weird stuff you did to it. True or false?
Yeah.
The amount of hoisin sauce you put in here, the amount of sriracha you put in here, I will know. The Buddha will know. Huh? Deborah, you can go back on my car. I got some really long cords of charger. I need that 10 feet cord charger. And I think that in the back seat there are a humongous power bank like this big. I'm gonna need that also too. Any questions so far? Questions? And I'll be talking a lot. Now to get moving, you are going to practice walking meditation at this time. How many have patience issue? You got patience issue? Are you patient? Sorta. Alright, so everyone stand up, move all the chairs against the wall over here. Move them as much as you can, stack them so you can make room for walking meditation. Gage, you want to shut that door so the AC don't escape. Get you guys moving, just sit there listening to the monk or making false sleep. TikTok fans were getting a kick out of this. This is like, my phone is barely on like 10% for TikTok only. And so I'm trying to get my assistant to put the chargers in. So I'm going to turn the camera so that you guys can see everything. And I'll give instructions on walking meditation because everyone's feet's falling asleep, including mine. If you have patience issue, this will help you cultivate patience. Everyone just grab a, let me see here, so we got, alright. So, everyone line up over there, space apart, just make some room for yourself as much as possible. Some over there too, two over there, everyone, you two go over there. Yeah, very basic, very easy. What I teach you guys, very easy, very basic. I want you all to just, what we're doing here is cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness of walking, mindfulness, everything you do, be mindful of what you're doing. When people walk in New York, do you think they're mindful when they're walking in New York? Especially with the phone, coffee, Starbucks, and the newspaper in their hand, all the wonderful CEOs over there. Yeah, do you think they're at peace when they're walking like that? Probably not. Probably not. Okay. So if you want to be enlightened, you want to start entering the stages, the 4 stages of enlightenment, you will do this. You will trust me and you will trust the teacher. Because if you don't trust me, you don't trust the process, why are we here? True or false? Why are we here? The walking meditation is very easy. Your whole life you've been doing things 100 miles an hour. Eating, sleeping, pooping. Some of you even bring the phone while you're pooping. We talked about this yesterday, right? Right? The Buddha says, when attending to nature's call, oh my goodness, just attend to nature's call. Why are we watching Netflix while we're pooping? You know, it's not good for your digestive system, yes? Why are you feeding the GI doctor? You know? Okay? So, again, part of this path, part of Buddhism, is to really, when you fully in the present moment of what you're doing, that is nirvana. That is your enlightenment. What's your favorite sport? Or activity or hobby?
I like to play guitar.
Guitar.
Slacklining. Slacklining.
What is that?
It's like walking on a tightrope, but
Oh, we do that in Thailand. Favorite sports?
Hockey, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't find me walking back. There you
In
are.
the back seat. It's in the back seat. It's a tube. It's a tube in the back seat.
Two.
Yeah. Look, these are for cars. These go back in. I will take this one and this
So you
one.
might as well look, because I can see no two.
They're the back seat of the driver's side. All of them. Right behind it. Right behind it. Underneath the floor.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. When you're eating, when you're doing stuff, you know what I mean? There's mindfulness eating. There's mindfulness in everything that we do. Okay, so favorite sport or hobby?
Hockey,
Hockey, like the slang people.
football.
Like the slang people.
Horseback riding.
Ooh! Ooh, just don't fall off.
Maybe basketball.
Basketball.
I box.
Boxing, that's right, like to swing at people. So, you guys notice when you're doing, especially yours, I like yours. You know why? Because monks practice walking meditation, what I'm about to teach you, on a 2x4, 8 feet above. And if you fall 8 feet down, ain't no emergency room in Thailand in the woods. Ain't no ice pack either. Right? Alright. So, but in those moments that you guys are doing that horseback riding, you are so in the moment. You know how the horse is behaving. Right? You can read their behavior and mood and emotion. Right? And when you do it's fun, right? The 2 trees?
yes.
Yeah, you're looking at the tree, you're like, and then pretty soon you're like, oh, look what I can do. I can do it backwards. Yes?
I'm getting there.
Getting there. Guitar. Is it tuned? The Buddha used the guitar technique of the strings being too tight and the strings being too loose. The middle way is perfect when it's tuned right. God, such a good teacher. Hockey, you put in eyes on the puck. Right? If eyes are not on the puck, ever, where'd it go? Oh, you ever catch someone do that? You're like, where did it go? Yeah? Like, hello? Did you show up high? You know what I mean? Yeah, let's try to fix that with this one right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of hard, Steve, because of this thing right here. So try to move the phone all the way to the corner. Make sure you don't fall. Maybe he has to, I don't know. Okay. Hockey and football, quarterback and all that, you gotta know. You just gotta know. Every sport you just gotta know. Favorite sports or hobby?
Basketball.
The basketball, this guy's got that flick. Okay? You guys get it, right? Every one of those things that you guys do, in the moment of your flow, that is your enlightenment. Now that you think about it, that is your enlightenment. And you really enjoy walking, you really enjoy slamming, you really enjoy the music, but enlightenment, it fleets, it changes. Okay? And that's why you repeat your sports. It's because you like that feeling again. You're like, wow, I'm with myself, I'm in the moment, I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so you're mindful when you're doing sports, but when you're not doing your favorite sports or hobby, also be mindful so that you have less mistakes. Less mistakes in your life. When you're more mindful about your schedule, school, homework, driving, texting. Don't text the wrong thing. Don't text too fast. Right? So, we start with the basics of simply walking. The one thing we already have built in us. Okay? 2 hands right in front of you like this. Alright? There's 3 steps to walking meditation. You pull that door in, so it's tight. Okay. The foot goes up. The foot is forward. The foot comes down, making land fall. 1, 2, 3. Very easy. Foot goes up. It pushes forward, and it makes land fall. Okay. And so, your hands are right in front of you. And when you're stepping, you're just looking about 3 or 4 feet in front of you. Hello.
Hi.
Are you guys just visiting?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is a prayer session?
No, you can join us.
Oh, okay.
We're just doing walking meditation.
Oh, okay.
So when you guys are walking, so just look up just about 3 feet ahead of you. And you guys don't have to do it now, I'm just going to demonstrate. And you guys kiss the earth with your feet. I want you to feel the temperature within your feet. Feel the arch, feel every bone, every muscle, and just enjoy. And know that in this moment that you are not thinking about the past or the future, and you're really enjoying this moment of walking meditation, you might just have a glimpse of what nirvana is actually like. That you're fully immersed in this activity, in this moment. If your mind starts to wonder about the past, recycling the past, how breakups happen, I gotta pay bills tomorrow, okay? Start tapping your hand to remind yourself, I'm still here. Look up and look around you, what you're doing, go back to the task at hand, okay? So, you're gonna walk, it's not a race. All the 6-year-olds that I do it, they think it's a race. Do it really slow, and then when you're turning, when you come to the end of wherever you want to turn, stop, turn your feet, 90 degrees, okay? Slow, and then continue back to where you are, but slow. When you stop, you learn the art of stopping, which is the first principle in Buddhism, is stopping. How many of us have run away from the past? How many of us run away from problems? Right? And then you learn to stop. Stop. Jail's a wonderful thing, because it stops people. Stop and think about what you've done. Stop and think about how you got here. Right? So every step that you're taking, you're learning about yourself, learning about the way how you think, right? And learning about how you feel. We think the way how we feel the way we think, it's based on what we're doing. Okay? So it slows down your thought processes and cognitions based on this activity alone. So, whenever you're ready, okay, you may begin. Nice. And if you guys want to, you guys can actually come over this way. And you guys can actually walk towards that, you know, so we have lines here. I'm going to stand in the middle so everyone can see. Just try not to run into each other. And Ms. Brenna, you can probably go straight forward.
Okay.
And Devin, you might want to go behind that fan over there. Actually, Devin, why don't you go back in the car? There's a camera case. Grab it on camera. Okay.
Should we do that in the front?
Let's be wherever you like. Let's have room. Have room. Why don't you be here? Why don't you be there? And then you guys cross path.
In the trunk or the
Trunk. Black bag. Camera. When you're ready, you may begin. 3 steps. Foot goes up. Foot propels forward. And we land. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Walking, we are mindful that we are walking. Don't forget to notice your breath when you're breathing. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Once you have reached the end, you stop, 90 degrees rotation of each foot. Rotation of each foot. Steven, grab that corner. Make room. Mind, put your hands in the front. Okay. Look where you're going. 3 steps. Three steps before your foot makes landfall. Foot goes up, foot propels forward, foot goes down.
Which one?
Remember when we stop, you can turn left or right, 90 degrees with each foot. Through the slow motion. Don't forget to notice your breath. Enjoy every step. Enjoy every breath. after the Buddha achieved enlightenment, people think that he just kind of sit and chill. He didn't. He taught. He came back. He meditated some more. He did walking meditation. And then went back to teaching. 3 primary tasks after his enlightenment. If we're stepping too wide, we know we're stepping too wide. If we're moving too fast, we notice we're moving too fast. At this time, you can relax your concentration and arise from your meditation. Everyone can now move the seats back and have a seat. See if we can clean up some of these wires that's unnecessary up here. My name is Venerable Chidao, Tridao. I'm not associated with this monastery. These are students that's traveling with me, and I have a friend here who's a monk, so I use their space sometimes for my teachings. I belong in St. Pete. Just feel free to ask me questions, or if you'd like to introduce yourself, you can.
My name is Niyaj. You ready? I live in Tampa, and this is my girlfriend.
Oh,
She wanted to visit this place and to check it out, and here we are.
I see.
I'm Monica. I'm from North Carolina, so I'm here for the weekend to visit. So we saw this place and wanted to check it out.
North Carolina.
Yes.
Beautiful. I've been there. A
Okay.
lot of trees.
So
If you all need to find me,
Use some slack on them.
so far we have talked about the life of the Buddha. We've talked about the Four Noble Truths. We've talked about... Haven't touched up much on the Noble Eightfold Path. A little bit about karma. Anyone have any questions about that?
I've heard a lot of different interpretations of karma. different people. I'd be interested to hear more about that.
Mm-hmm. Karma is very easy. I'm just wondering if they're done eating. If Venerable Chittananda wants to join me, but he's probably doing stuff. Karma, very easy to understand. We are where we are today as a direct result of our previous karma. What we've done in this lifetime and previous lifetimes that we don't know about. We have proof of rebirth. University of Virginia. Kids as young as they can start talking have said, "Hey, how's it going? I was killed." The researchers were like, "Okay. Yeah, I got hit right here. See? I died right over there, and that's the guy who did it." The researchers were like, "Oh, okay. Dig it up. Comes the body. Blunt force trauma to the skull." On my Instagram, I posted and it was an Oprah interview with a woman who described this little girl who always wear her seatbelt. Talked about how she died and came back, and the exact details of how that accident happened. This girl, there's little details in there where they said it. It was just like, what? None of you are supposed to believe me, even if I was a Buddha sitting right here. Each and every single one of you need to verify that story and every claim that I've made today. That's what the Buddha wanted us to do. It's my job to prove the Buddha wrong. It's you to prove me wrong. Okay? As an interpreter for more than 15 years, serving all areas of law and medicine, I'm able to follow people's lives, lifespan. That was my degree in college, lifespan, human development, birth to death. Kind of has to do with the first noble truth. Remember that? And I have watched families who are very beautiful people, work, pay taxes, don't commit any crimes, try to keep the precept, and yet karma just does not give them a break. I call that capital felony level karma. Life capital felony karma. Whatever they did in their last life, they're paying for it. A long time. Not just them, but their whole family. Their whole family. Got medical issues and prognosis and stuff you would never imagine. Do I expect you to understand? No. Because you haven't seen what I have seen. And actually flip the pages of clinical notes and hear the stories in my ear. Around me, you see rows. This is for giving and offerings. To improve our karma, we give more and take less. How? Well, what if I don't have anything to give? It's very simple. Give what you got, which is eyes, mouth. Dedicate your body, speech, and mind. Body means action. Speech, kind words, and the way how you think. You having unwholesome thoughts about somebody, already generating negative karma. If you have hatred towards someone, you're already generating negative karma. And so that's why we see all the nice things people do. Opening the door for each other. Hi, how you doing? How's your day? I really like your shirt. I really like your shirt. It's red. Right? I like the patterns of your dress. You don't know what people are dealing with each day. Right? Someone could be having a prognosis, have cancer, prognosis. They're going to die. They just found out that day they're going to die. The fact that you told them they look nice today, probably the last thing they'll ever hear. That's nice. Once you see the doctor, nothing good is going to happen after that. So Buddhists are very sensitive to the way how we think, feel, say, and do to every human being. Because every sentient being, you can create karma with. So be careful. I mean, why do you think monks run into the forest and just sit there and not mess with no one? We don't want to accumulate karma, either directly or indirectly. Karma has to do with motivation and intent, kind of like law. You willfully, knowingly, and intentionally did that. You're in trouble. Oh, I accidentally stepped on an ant. Well, it's okay because it was an accident. You didn't see it, and you didn't mean it, and you didn't willfully went after this ant. So you don't generate karma there. I describe karma as like, an unseen force, kind of like a jury somewhere. People that don't know who you are, people just gonna make sure that this is right for you. These are the ingredients right for you. Karma ripens on its own. It chooses its own time whenever it ripens. We've seen people win the lottery 3 times. Ever hear those stories? Huh? It does. There's guys that you're mad as hell when you listening. You're like, why can't it be me? Right now, look at all the bills I got. All right? And so, therefore, karma ripened for them. How? They probably gave more and took less in their previous lives that we don't know about. So, previously, remember we talked about gods? We're called demigods. DEMI/GODS. Demigods. They're one of the 6 rebirth realms, but they still got a little greedy. They still got greed in them, but they get to become a god. What is that? They're not the god that you think, not like Christ kind of God. Not like the god that can create stuff, universe and stuff. They're the kind of god that just kind of just hang out in heaven and enjoy all these wonderful fruits and laugh and giggle, but their time will be up. They will take. They will rebirth again. So when their karma ripens, they might be back as a human realm or an animal realm or whatever it is may be. The only way to fully liberate yourself is becoming an arahant. A-R-A-H-A-N-T. Arahant. The last stage of sainthood. The final stage of sainthood. Oh, there it is. Demigods. The demigods' insatiable ambition and jealousy never allows them to be content. No matter how much they already have, they always want more. Sounds like you? They deeply resent the gods' apparently never-ending happiness. And they live a life of war and misery. Others' happiness is their frustration. This realm of confusion is characterized by jealousy, comparing oneself with others, and fixating on the superiority of others. Oh, oops. I gave you all the wrong definition. That's the demigod's definition. And then the gods, the one I was telling you about enjoying the good stuff, they're just called gods. Live in a temporal paradise, achieved by good deeds. The gods are enjoying continual pleasures and sensual delights. But this eternity is an illusion. When their wholesome karma is exhausted, they will be subject to old age and death. They experience excruciating desperation as they realize they will fall into one of the lower realms. The gods' confusion is of self-absorption, self-satisfied pride, which may vary in degrees and subtlety, from the highest absorption of meditative bliss to mere sensual pleasures. Who has seen karma in their own life? Have you seen karma in your own life? Directly examine what you did wrong or what you did right and what you got in return as a direct result of what you did. Anyone? Yes? 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 Miss Brenda? Devin? Stephen? Ken? Yeah? What you said, how you stole, how you lied, how you cheated, and how it came back and bit you in the butt. Yeah? We all done it, including me. Mm. So therefore, is karma real? Well, you have to see it for yourself in order to validate that. Doesn't matter what I read out of the book. Doesn't matter if the Buddha was sitting here telling you the same thing. You have to see it for yourself. What is a Buddhist? An empiricist. A scientist, pretty much. You need to see it, measure it, experience it as a human for yourself. To see, oh my God, this is real. So why do we have offerings, right? It's because, well, number one, Buddhists are pretty smart people. You would agree. We don't, based on, he made it very easy. The Buddha made it very easy for us to teach. And that we don't have to try so hard. Try hards. You know try hards? You know what try hards mean? People who try really hard to push the religion on other people. Just go to YouTube, you'll find out. Well, we got Buddhists that are MD, PhDs. We got Buddhists that are JDs, MSCDs, DMDs, DOs. Okay, they're doctors, they're professors, right? And sit up straight. And so they are skeptical. You are invited to be skeptical about the teachings. For thousands of years, people have internalized, see very clearly, full comprehension, see it with their eyes and with their heart, karma. And the more you suffer, the more you need to give. Give what? Body, speech, and mind. I am an international, well-known teacher. You have Jenna's number? Can you text her and tell her I'm teaching? Can't pick up right now.
You want me to? Oh wait,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm not in the group chat.
So, as the proof is right here, by the way. It's right here. An international well-known teacher who sits on a Buddhist panel of scholars, 50 in the world. So millions of Buddhist monks. There's only 50 of them so far that we have identified and is invited on the panel of Buddhist scholars, okay, whom is well versed in the teachings of the Buddha. Some memorize a lot, some memorize very close to 84,000 teachings, okay? So I sit on that panel, and I have challenged the whole world who is watching. Find someone in Florida or anywhere in the United States and in Vietnam that tells you, I took more and gave less. I will disappear into thin air. I will leave the country. Don't get any realer than proof in front of you. One who's given more and took less in his whole life with his friends and family. And those who've worked for me made 1/3 of what I made when I was head of my company. Is that true or false, Steve?
That's true.
Raise your right hand. That's your left. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha.
Yeah.
You do. Well, you just said you will submit in front of Congress and the Senate in the United States, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Under penalty of capital felony, will you do so?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I only have one witness here. But there's many more out there that can and may and will be placed under oath in front of Congress and Senate that will say, I have given more and taken less. And has a recipient who had received, did you or did you not receive 1/3 of the company's pay?
Did.
And you heard it and you saw it for yourself how much income was and how much you received, yes?
Yep.
On paper, yes?
Yep.
There you have it. You can get Steve, you can do a polygraph. Any one of you law enforcement, you can subpoena him right now. Any attorney in here, subpoena him right now. My point is not to flex in front of you all. My point is that I have given more and taken less. It doesn't mean that I exempt suffering. Oh, no. Actually, I suffer even more after giving. What does that mean? That mean the amount of karmic debt that I had, wherever it originated from, that I don't even know, because sitting there trying to trace the links of influence of your karmic debts is pointless. Doesn't do anything. What needs to happen is that figuring out how am I going to improve my karma now? How am I going to treat the loved ones in front of me now? How do I need to talk to people, my neighbors, my friends, my teachers now? How do I need to fix my attitude? Because if I don't, it may not get better for you. And the total opposite happens, right? We see people in power who are really nasty and mean, but get all of these pleasures and fame and glory. Mind you, I don't need to say their names because they will snipe me as soon as I walk out of here. Monks don't touch politics. Okay, we can't afford Secret Service, right? Does everything make sense so far? Any confusion so far? Any confusions on karma?
So gods suffer karma as well.
Yeah, right out of the text. Right out of the text. And the only, you came as a human, you want to leave as a saint. Sainthood real? Who cares? Nirvana real? You have to experience it for yourself. I believe it, that's why I'm still here. I gave up a $100,000 job to be here. 7 years. You know? I can only tell, I can tell one other person. If I say, Venerable Chittanan, come here, I'm disrobing. Jump right out in human clothes in a matter of seconds. Anytime, any day of the week. But yet I stayed. Why? Because I've seen the results. I've seen the results in everything that I've done. Is sainthood real? Who cares? Is the idea good? Yeah, it sounds really good right about now. Is sainthood real in the Catholic world? Who cares? The canonization of saints. The process of canonization of saints. The 4 process. Funny, they have four processes and we have 4 stages. You know? Walk nobly, folks. Walk nobly. We got plenty of a-holes out there, yes? You all agree? Yes? You've seen it, you've heard it, yes? You've seen it, simply put. I can't get any realer than this. So why would you want to be like them? What difference would you have made? Do you feel good being an a-hole at 90 years old? By the way, have you ever walked into a nursing home? They look like this. I'm very expressive with my face. As a matter of fact, my students here told me how expressive I was. Maybe I gotta work on that. But it gets the point across, yeah? It keeps the... I had a woman in the back, way back in the day when I taught at Center for Spiritual Living. Oh, goodness. And every emotion that I made, she made with me. Just because it was so heavy. Kind of kick out of that. Walking the noble path. Why do you think they plant their heads to the ground when they see us? You know, the Thai people, they treat us like as if we're gods. But they didn't bow to me. They're bowing to the robes. The meaning of the robes. The meaning of the renunciation of the robes. The fact that I am trying to walk the noble path. Trying to be as noble as I possibly can be. Do I make mistakes? Yes. I'm not a saint yet. One who says he's a saint is not a saint. But they know that I gave up everything. All the worldly pleasures, the sex, the drugs, the gambling, the lying, the cheating, the stealing, to try to exemplify sainthood, so that others can exemplify the same. So that I challenge every single one of you all to do, is that each and every single one of you can walk the noble path. And what did the Dalai Lama say about walking the noble path? Is that if you live a good life now, you can live it again when you're older and not look like George at the nursing home. Because that is really rough. By the way, I invite all of you to go into nursing homes and really analyze their face. and see the accumulated despair. Accumulation means a bunch of despair wrapped in this package right here. Tells the whole story. So how was I able to gather 1 million people, more than 1.3 million people on TikTok and Instagram? How many people do you think I can actually fool? What do they see when they actually hear me? What? I mean, tell me, what do you guys see when you got me on YouTube, right? So
I
tell
see
me.
truth.
Do you see BS anywhere?
No.
You have the right to say that if you feel that. Simply put.
Honestly,
I'm not subject. I am subject to praise and blame.
I probably wouldn't be here if I did.
Correct. I've walked the path. I have gave more. Someone who's greedy, you would know. Oh, it shows. Yes? We've seen some politicians on TV and we're like, you sketchy. Yes? You guys have lived. We have some more seasoned folks here, right? Young folks here, seasoned folks here. What do you guys do for a living? You guys want to share anything else? I don't want to probe into your life. That gives us insight that you have seen life. Experienced America.
I'm a software engineer.
Wow.
Before that, I mean, I guess when it comes to seeing things, I mean, I have worked in, like food services, so, I didn't always have this kind of job, but yeah, that's what I do.
You've lived.
Yeah, I'm a business analyst. So I worked for a couple of years, but prior to that, I worked in like retail and food service as well. So it was a completely different environment.
One who is a criminal looks like a criminal. One who's a drug dealer looks like a drug dealer. Simply put. But you have the capacity to change, no matter if you are that right now, if you're that right now watching. If you're that right now watching. Oh my God, please don't. Steve, I need that other cord again. For Instagram here. Oh my God, I just lost the whole thing. Technologies. Even if you are a murderer, a convicted murderer in society, if you've done your due diligence, paid your debts, probation, parole, and you're back out in society, you can still change and you can still be a saint. Did you know that? You do now.
Everyone can change.
And Angulimala was this guy that killed hundreds of people and he was going to kill the Buddha. And he chased after the Buddha. He kept chasing the Buddha was just standing there. And the Buddha was like, you realize I've already stopped. You're the one who's still running. And he looked at himself as he's still running. And the Buddha gave him teachings on how to stop and how to live the noble life. He went from a prolific murderer, mass serial murderer, to becoming a saint. And that's what makes Buddhism so chill, right? Is that we accept everyone for who you are. We accept everyone for who they are. Either you're gay, straight, bisexual, transgender, wherever you've been, the mistakes you've made. The families that you came from, the tribes that you belong to, the ethnicity, all of these things that you've been, you are welcome in Buddhism. And how people don't feel guilt walking into a non-toxic philosophy, way of life. One who gives more and takes less is always remembered. Look at George Steinbrenner in Tampa, the field over there, the football stadium, remember him? And if you don't know him, the things that they said about him He was investigated by the FBI. It was unfounded. Of course, any celebrity is subject to praise and blame, such as myself. And they said that he gave so much, and only to those who have benefited. Notice, he didn't run around saying I wrote $1 million check, and he didn't run around he didn't flex to anybody. They found out later after he died how much the impact that he made in people's lives, and that they're like, we got to name the stadium after him. So each and every single one of you has the capacity to improve your karma. If life sucks right about now, time to think about giving more and taking less. Doing nice for other people. It's free to do nice things for other people. To watch your speech, to practice right speech in the Noble Eightfold Path. Right speech is one of the most important things. Right view, right speech, right action. It has a trickle effect. And if you practice right speech, it's very simple. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it beneficial? Okay? And the timing of that speech. Obviously, women tend to choose at night to talk to men about very hard, difficult subjects. That's the wrong time. That's how arguments get started. So find the right time to talk. Bring them to a nice lake or something to talk about it. Causes and conditions. Create the causes and conditions. Any questions so far about karma and how to walk the noble life? No. Are you guys intrigued so far? You guys learning so far?
Yeah, I'm very interested about learning more about the rebirth you were saying. I don't think this is a topic I find very interesting, so I'll probably do some research on my own too.
The rebirth thing is you take, at the moment of death, your last breath, before you take your last breath, if you can let go of greed, anger, and ignorance, you will achieve sainthood. But if you have desire at the moment of death, you will take one of 6 rebirths. You can come back as a human, you can come back as an animal, you can come back as a demigod, which I read earlier, you can come back as a god. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the other 2. So I have to teach you. Hell, the hell realm, and the hungry ghost realm. So let's go through that. Look at my little cheat sheet. Isn't that cute? This is like that Spark Notes, right? Spark Notes. Y'all know about Spark Notes? Spark Notes for monk. It's 84,000 teachings I gotta remember, so. Alright. The animal realm. Who's got pets at home? Ain't they like human?
Oh, yeah.
They got personalities. They're feisty. They bite you. They got their days. They're bipolar. Yeah, you gotta have pets? No? But you've been around pets. Have you ever analyzed their behavior? Nature, style, disposition. Nature, just like, why are they not all the same? Why do each one have personalities, right? No, sassy. Right? In Buddhism, we believe that they were once human, because each and every single one of us is different. Sassy, bipolar. True or false?
Yeah.
Everyone's been bipolar. Yeah? At some stage in your life, right? Throw a fit when you don't get your chocolate? Yeah. Did they throw a fit when they don't get their bones? Yes. Look at the animal realm very carefully. You want to convince yourself of rebirth? Research animals. Compelling evidence. Oh, we got a horse rider right over here, Miss Brenda. And many doctors have written books about horses. Oh, there's so many stories about horses and how they're just like a human but in horse form. They'll tell you when they're scared. You feel it. You will know their behavior when you're riding them. When you pull and they're like, you better go. So I'm like, who? Who the hell? Oh yeah, you know that, Miss Brenda. Animal realm, okay? You don't want to be a fish, by the way. We put you in a fish tank. Remember we talked about fish tank yesterday? You're at the mercy of the tank, and it's gonna be cold. You want 78 degrees in that fish tank? Ain't gonna happen. You're at the mercy of what they give you to eat. So is other animals. Yeah? Hell beings suffer tremendously in the hot and cold hells that feature pain, torment, torture, and constant suffering inflicted by furious, vengeful hell beings. Oh my God. All this suffering is a result of anger and hatred, and lasts until the original unwholesome condition has been exhausted. The psychology of hell is that of intense and self-perpetuating hatred. Self-perpetuating hatred. Holy cow. Let that sink in. Self-perpetual. The psychology of hell is that of intense, of self-perpetuating hatred and paranoia. Always thinking the FBI is after you. Plus hatred. Perpetual. Over and over again. No external factor imposes pain. It is the creation of the hateful mind. Hungry ghosts. Oh man, hungry ghosts. Hungry ghosts are like, they got a big belly, small mouth. Always hungry. And they can't get what they want. Always thirsty. Cannot taste water. Want to be a hungry ghost? Keep wanting. Keep being greedy. Be my guest. Even if I was a Buddha right here, right now, I still cannot save you. The Buddha says, no one can save you, no one can, no one may. You must save yourself. All we can do as monks, saints, or Buddhas is hopefully you follow the advice of the wise. Follow the methods and the instructions of the Buddhas. That's it. That's what I'm doing. Any questions so far about the 6 realms of rebirth? Okay, so is it real? Again, you want to wait and find out in the moment of death? Reflect for a second. I have to attend to nature's call. I'll be back in 2 minutes. If you have any questions, I will answer them. I will want to touch up. We're going to wrap this up in about another 15 more minutes. I'll come back and do a comprehensive review. And look at my cheat sheet to see if I missed anything.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do you know what that is?
Which one?
The fan, it looks like.
Yeah, the fan's for us to cover our face. When we're actually, when I in Thailand, they use the fan to cover up the face because they don't want you to sit there and think that the monkey is hot or sexy. Pretty much. and you are supposed to focus on the teachings of the Buddha.
Okay.
And so you know, separate the message from the messenger, pretty much. It's funny in Thailand. I'm friends with a lot of monks in Thailand, and there's a lot of young monks over there who are really good looking. You have all these high school girls up here and everything. That's a holy being. Calm down. Who's going to love you when there's no flesh on your bone?
Yeah.
Said the Buddha. And so they fall into all sorts of delusion, like all of us do when we fall in love, right? We just so to avoid that fact and trying to get to the point, the monks cover up their faces when they're sitting there. I'm supposed to cover up my face as I'm talking to you guys, but I wanted you guys to, I really be boring and won't fall asleep. And then they do in Thailand.
That's interesting.
Are you guys intending? Heath, are you guys intending to stay for the whole week, or
Yes.
you do? You're gonna be traveling up and down? Is that what it is?
Wherever, well, I mean, wherever.
To put out to Blissful Beginnings, wherever?
Yeah, that was our intention.
Okay. You realize today is just an overview of all the good stuff, and we'll go into details into meditation techniques and just deeper. We'll dive deeper.
Awesome. This is actually how we're celebrating my birthday.
That's awesome. Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was a couple of days ago, but I decided
Wow.
to do something.
So I have a present for you when you come. Give more, take less.
It's actually my birthday too.
Seriously? Today?
No,
When will? Oh.
I just wanted something. No.
Oh.
It's my birthday today.
Kai's birthday. Wanna be a monk?
Uh,
These two probably be a monk next year. Yeah. So they'll think about it. Yeah, Kai, I gotta get you a present too. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Ah, the 3 marks of existence. That's what I forgot. Got it. Steve, I fixed my robes for pictures just because this is the proper way. When I'm sitting up here, I get too relaxed when I'm coming in. That's how they can tell Vietnamese monks from Thai monks. It's Viet monks. It's too relaxed. Our dress code is very relaxed. Thai monks, when they wear their dress code, on point. I'm an urgent care monk. I don't have time to. It's like putting on makeup. You know what I mean? So aesthetically, but before we wrap up today, it's now 1:40, and I want to take the next. Maybe I lied to you guys. Let's take up the 20 minutes, the precious 20 minutes that we have together, and touch upon the 3 marks of existence, which describes Buddhism pretty much. Impermanence, suffering, and the non-self. 1, 2, 3. Impermanence, suffering, and the non-self. See this in everything in life, and you'll be closer to enlightenment than you actually think. These things helps you see things as they are. It is what it is, and it can't be what it ain't. Remember that? Now we break it into details. Well, how do we see things as they are? Number 1, oh, Steve, you can crawl in that corner right there and take one that's all the way back this way. That'd be pretty cool. Not everything lasts forever, impermanence. Do you think he's gonna last forever?
Living wise.
Yeah.
Neither am I.
That's where we get the attachment thing, right? Living attached, loving attached. It's because they don't see impermanence. The second thing is, things are subject to change. Your iPhone, your personality, your body, your hair, your fingernails, things are subject, your car, things are subject to change. Number 3 is the non-self, which is rarely are they under your control. Rarely are they under your control. Now when people say my body, my mind, my body, my car, my pen, my iPhone, what does that mean, my body? What does that mean, my car? Gage, what does it mean when you say this is my body?
I mean, I guess you like own it, but it still doesn't really matter to an extent.
What does it mean, your body? It's the easiest evidence we have is mind and body. Our religious practice is mind and body. Simple. The evidence is right here. So what does it mean when you say it's my body? Is it yours?
No, you just inhabit it, basically.
Do you have control over it?
I mean, to an extent.
Well, I'm getting all the reactions I'm looking for. I got people that's going,
I don't make my heart beat, so I wouldn't say I have control over my body. It just does. My blood flows, my skin regenerates, my hair grows. It's not my consciousness that's making that happen.
what does it mean, my body?
I think this consciousness is attached to a physical thing, which is the body. And I think for the consciousness to be, I guess, claimed would belong to is this particular thing.
Truth is, it's not your body. It's not your car. It's not a cow. If I took the cow apart, like little pieces and parts, and put them all, do you think you can call it a cow then? What about a car? If I take a bunch, your alternator out, your wheels, your door, your windshield out, is it a car now? So likewise, when it comes to the analogy of, can you hand me this blue bag? Because I can't reach. Once I reach, everything falls apart. Thank you. There. So once, seeing things as they are. You see how people want to see, like, I want to open my third eye. You haven't even seen anything with your sight, with 2 eyes. You see things as they are. No, they don't. That's it. So if we see the true nature of reality of our own body, we see that it is not ours. And on the days that you get sick and you tell yourself, hey, wake up. Stop getting sick. You think your body's gonna listen to you? Willing yourself to get better. You think it's gonna get better. Just based on your own will alone. Correct. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Be like, objection, Your Honor.
I'd like to believe that we can will ourselves to be better.
It takes the placebo effect.
Yeah.
But it only goes so far. You can't tell your heart, hey, can you beat again and not go into AFib and
Right.
VFib? Myocardial infarction, MI? Seizure. Stop. Oh, okay, thank you. Right? You can't will it to stop. It's the nature of the human body. Your gerbil, right? When your gerbil dies, hey, my gerbil, resurrect. You think he's gonna resurrect? Right? He's dead. His lifespan has reached. The goldfish, how long do they actually live? Right? Accepting that. This is my goldfish. I have 6 months with him, well, just enjoy him. Why don't you treat him right? Why don't you feed him, keep the water warm, smile at him, talk to him, pet him, whatever. Change the water, and when he dies, let him go. Wish him, may you take favorable rebirth. May you know what it's like to reach nirvana. May you know what it's like not to be a fish again.
Yeah.
That's loving kindness meditation. When it comes to actually loving a human, love her, love him. When we love each other, when you love her, do you say enough of it, Mr. Heath?
I don't feel like I do.
Ooh. You love him?
Yes.
Love or like?
Love.
Do you say enough of it each day?
No, but I feel like my actions show that I do love.
Objection, assumption.
Yes, it is.
Make a good lawyer. Should go back to being a judge. You love him? Like or love, or are we still getting to know each other? I really
Not at
like
that
you.
stage yet.
Huh?
Not in that stage yet.
Okay, it's okay. But you get what I'm trying to say, right? Oh heck, well, do you say I like you every day? Enough of it? So think about that, right? Well, we do love each other, but do you say enough of it? That's what men get themselves in trouble and women get themselves in trouble. This is where, a couple more minutes. You know, I once had this girlfriend that she gave me a kiss in the morning because she had to go to work before I did. Boy, I tell you what, it was the kiss of a lifetime. It was a kiss that you will never forget. She didn't say anything, she just kissed me. Sometimes she says, see you when I get home. But the meaning of the kiss was like, hey, just in case the earth falls apart today, just know that I love you and I will be there with you through thick and thin, to death do us part kind of kiss. And I was sleeping and I'm getting this kiss that I'm just like, but in my mind, I'm like, wow, what a beautiful human being. It's a girl that internalized the Four Noble Truths in some form, in some way. It's a girl that has seen suffering clearly, seen death clearly. All right, enough about me and my story. My point is that enjoy each other in the moment that you have. You never know when people don't last, have a heart attack, die, car accidents. The dangerous thing to do today is getting a car. Okay? Living unattached. And when we talk about the non-self, is that rarely are they under our control. So when they leave us, be prepared for it. People change. Every 5 years they change. They change how they feel, how they think. I've had a couple that divorced in divorce court and told the judge they were in the 90s, 90 years old. They want to get a divorce. The judge was like, are you kidding me? Why? And they said, and the old dude was like, I woke up this morning, I didn't change my mind. He changed his mind, pretty much. He changed his mind. He didn't like the idea of being married anymore. So what that meant to me as an interpreter standing there was, oh, he's prepared to die alone. He wants to eat alone, sleep alone, and die alone. And the judge's eyes was like, okay, well, I grant your divorce. But the judge was also very surprised. I think we all were. What does that mean? That means don't expect the other person to stick around. I mean, just prepare, again, enjoy the moments that you have with each other. Don't have any expectations attached to it. Because you imagine that. If my wife leaves me at 90, where's the Skyway Bridge? Yeah. Right? What's the point anymore? And we've seen people, remember the one dude in India that jumped off the 10 stories after he met someone on like Tinder or whatever, one of the app, and this girl catfished him, meaning she sent a picture that was not her until she showed up, and he was like, he was disappointed. The magnitude and depth of his disappointment was so great that he committed suicide right in front of her by falling to that Now, what does that mean? That means, again, expectation and attachment. He was so attached to her, thinking that he was going to live forever with this person without, don't just trust, verify. We established that earlier. Don't just trust, verify. But you see the attachment and the desire. What we spoke earlier, desire, the want. Wanting something and not getting it. And it was so stressful and splat. Years ago, 12 years ago. So I follow stories like that, and I read stuff like that. It's part of my research and studies. So the 3 marks of existence, about the true nature of reality. Things don't last forever, things are subject to change, and rarely are they under your control. You remember this for life, it will serve you well, no matter where you go. Okay. So, as I wrap up my session today here at the temple, the final words is that I hope you all remember what was taught. If you don't remember, go back to the recording. Reflect daily on how you can apply this to your life and people around you. The best way to change people around you, because we like people and we love people and we really want them to change and we really try to change them, how well is that working out for you? One must ask. The best way to change people is by and through your own change. By and through your own transformation. Is how you will inspire other people. Just like how I have walked the path. And hopefully, the many of you will walk a similar path. As straight as it is ever going to get. The road less traveled. The non-a-hole road. Okay? The noble path. The noble road. So that you can rejoice the good life and relive it again over and over again in your head. Now you all know, if someone framed me for murder tomorrow, I'd be very happy in jail, in prison. I would go back to my original training, which is facing the wall, meditating vipassana and samatha, and rejoicing all these memories of giving. A lifetime of giving. Over and over again, I will relive those memories. And that's the good thing about giving, is that you remember how you help the person when they're most in need. The charity that is most in need. Anyone ever given here before? Raise your hand. Give to who? And for what?
At the gas station, I filled some gas when I didn't have money.
Gifts, presents for birthdays or Christmas to family.
Imagine how much more gifts than you not spending money on weed.
I mean, I've given to different establishments in the past, different religious purposes to help people, friends, family, just whenever I can, however I can.
I mean, I think you said if you don't have anything, give them what you have. So I have given, I think, I'm not saying that I have figured things out, but I think I have given advice to friends and family, and I think they probably took it, and I can see they have accomplished a few things. So I'm not talking about like physical things giving out, but advice-wise, I think I did an okay job.
Have you given before?
I have. I try to give as much to the unfortunate because I consider myself fortunate, but like not in a like extreme wealthy way or anything like that, but like the lifestyle I live, like I feel like, I'm blessed to have that. So I want to also share that with other people who don't have it. So I give it that sense.
Brenda, you gave me crystals yesterday. Thank you.
Sure.
It was in this little thing.
And I take women down to Turning Point in St. Pete. It's a homeless shelter. And I take a 12-step meeting for alcohol and drugs.
I'm asking Venerable Chittanan to come join me so we can give you a blessing before we wrap up today's session. So anyways, for those who want to share, have you given Mr. Kenyon? You haven't given to anybody for any reason? A candy bar?
like, yeah, like gifts and stuff.
Given a promise to someone that you kept your promise?
I mean, I told my mom, like, let's straighten up. I guess I've done that. Yeah.
Don't get a picture of me licking. But see how you can access that memory anytime when you gave? And the joy that you brought to people as a direct result of giving? Right? So if I stick you in jail right now, you would find all the good memories that you've done for people. And not just giving, but sharing moments with people. Complimenting, sharing, stories and everything else. It is salient. It is trademark of a Buddhist to give more and take less. Never forget that. We live in a world where everyone turns away from themselves and they want to take more and give less. Selfishness, self-centeredness. We see that and it's just like, they don't even pick up the phone. They don't even answer the text. Nonetheless, anything else thereafter. One who picks up the phone all the time when you call is one who actually cares. Yes? Ever text people and they're like, what the hell? Wow, this person actually really doesn't give a damn. You know what I mean? You can sense that. You can sense that they actually doesn't care. What if you were on your dying bed? What if you're taking your last breath right now? And you just want to say, I love you, I'm dying, goodbye. They don't even care to pick up the phone. Right? So be the person that cares. Be the one. You don't need to be an arahant. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do anything. Just care. How easy it is to just care. You know what I mean? So anyways, let me call him. I really want him to come out here so you guys get to see he can bless us with his gracious presence. He's just such an awesome monk. The level of discipline here in this temple is amazing. They're literally like Navy SEALs of monks. SEALs of monks. They walk the straight path. So, I've known Venerable Chittanan for the past 4 years, and I take a lot of students here. In regards to instructions for you all who may or may not come back, is that, do you remember what he looks like, Devin?
Kinda. I mean, I do.
He's got, you do?
Yeah.
He's got a light shirt. Can you go
The
run
one that I
around?
talked to earlier.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Go hunt down for him and said,
Where do you think?
G-Dao would like for you to come see him.
Where do you think you would be?
I don't know, just run around. He's in orange. He's got a shirt, light shirt.
I'll just call you.
Sure. No, just bring him here.
Yeah, that's true.
Say, G-Dao would like for you to come sit with him. I invite for those who are new, who may not return, to look at the meditation that I've taught, the 4 techniques of mindfulness of the breath, as it will help you closer to Vipassana meditation, which is a more advanced level of meditation. I teach for free, I don't charge anything. That's consistent with this tradition. And so just, again, right now, things a little heavy, a little deep in regards to the teachings. It takes some time to digress. It takes some time to digest. And it's a piece of cake once you have practiced for so long. Mindfulness becomes a piece of cake. It's no longer taxing. It's no longer psychologically taxing. It's no longer heavy. Everything that you try new will cause a little bit of stress. Anything we try something new or commit to something new. But if you ask me, it's like, hey Venerable, how hard is it for you to close your eyes and meditate and access peace? Easy, you know? So it's my encouragement for you all that it is never too hard to try. Even though when you hear 84,000 teachings, you're like, but that's my job. It's not your job to learn all 84,000 teachings. It's our job. That's why we have the chairs here. It's our job to tell you what you need to know. Appropriate for your level and appropriate for your stage in life. Of level of comprehension, understanding, and you need not to go through the books like we have and pull your hair out of your head. Any questions so far while we wait for Venerable Chitana?
When they say Buddhism is a religion, it's not, correct?
It's both. It needs to be religion so that it's protected under law in the U.S. So that, you know, and it needs to be, it is actually a practice and a philosophy.
Someone's helping me. How do you say his name
Chitana.
again? Chitana?
Chitana. Tana, Chitana.
Chitana?
Yeah, Chitana. It's really chill, you know. So yeah, I'm a Buddhist monk, but I don't like to identify myself as a Buddhist monk. But once I say Buddhist in there, people start attaching all sorts of concepts, ideas, and meaning. I like to ask myself as a representative of the human race, which is what the Buddha was. You know, everything that I've taught you, give, love, behave, that's universal, right? You don't need to be Buddhist, per se, to practice these things and reap the instant benefit that comes out of treating each other nice. And as we wait for him to come, there's the threefold training, right? So the first one is to give the gift of safety. Goodness gracious. Give the gift of safety. What does that mean? That means by keeping the precept, don't cheat, don't lie, don't kill, don't steal, that's already a gift. You know? In relationships, the gift that you give your partner is the gift of safety. What does that mean? That means, you got it?
You said he's coming. Yeah.
Huh?
You said he's coming.
He's here. He just came and left.
Venerable Chitana.
They said they were going to get him or something.
Okay, good. Just have a seat. He'll come. Especially a white kid trying to look for him.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, oh my god, the building's on fire or something. Can you imagine that? All Thai people are just chilling, like, oh my god, he wants Chitana. Hit the alarm button. You think I'll do just fine in this career? Yeah, I think I'll do just fine in this career. In relationship, the gift of safety. I love you. I care for you. Sometimes you drive me crazy. And sometimes I really want to hit you. But I promise you, I will never lay hands on you. That's the gift of safety. Honey, I love you, you know that? You know that I love you. You know everything. You know that I love you. But sometimes I have fantasy about other people. It's a valid confession of men and women, yes? But I promise you, I will never act on it. I promise you that I will always remind myself what is waiting back at home. That is a gift of safety. It is an honest gift anyone can give each other. Do we get angry when we really hit the other person? Yes, we do. Will we ever do it? No. And you make that promise. Every relationship goes through these things. And it is a Buddhist standpoint to give such example so that it marinates. It happens, so therefore you give the gift of safety. And for the rest of the students that's in here, when you give the gift of safety to the world, you will not cheat, lie, kill, steal. Your life will be golden with just the little small minor things that you do in life. You will see the benefits of karma. And if you don't, your instant karma would be law enforcement, first and foremost. Then you see the judge, then the jury, and then prison. So you need not have to wait for karma to ripen. Your instant results will be that. Okay? So again, the threefold training is gift of safety, and then the cultivation of the heart, which is by meditation. It's the cultivation of the heart. Samadhi meditation. Okay? And then when you do that, you keep the precept, you cultivate the heart, wisdom arises. So we have sila, samadhi, and then panya. Morality, meditation, and wisdom. Can you hunt for him back there?
I'll keep going.
And if you can't find him, say there's a fire here, and
To the left.
Jidao is trying to put this fire out.
He went left. He might be in the bathroom.
I just want to give a blessing and go. And I have a present for him, and he was just come. Yeah, I live in St. Pete, he lives here, so it's only like 20 minutes apart, like 30 minutes apart, but we haven't seen each other in like 3 years. He's been back to Thailand and his administrative duties. And I've been teaching now, I'm writing a book, I have to finish this book by October, so I've been losing grade here, trying to think. You found it? I bet you guys can't wait here. Ooh, it's a treat for us. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
What's the blessing gonna be like? What are they gonna say? And when we visit each other, we never get to do any religious stuff together. It's just because he invited me when I first came. He's like, "Come eat lunch," and I looked at him, I'm like, oh. It's like 1 hour. I was like, I'm not gonna let these guys wait out in the sun for 1 hour, right? So I couldn't even sit and enjoy lunch with him. Duties of a monk. Can you sit with me? Everything done, and I want to give them blessing. The yatha vrivaha. So I actually, everyone can see him. There you go. Shut the door for me. Kai. You know, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yes, I think 3 years ago.
3 years, yeah.
Yes, I think.
You still look the same.
Yeah. And you?
Do I look the same?
Yes.
Okay. That means you've been meditating and I've been meditating. Yeah, samadhi.
Yeah.
So we look young forever, huh? My last teaching for them was on Dhamma. The importance of giving. In Buddhism, give more, take less, so that they improve their karma. And I haven't seen you in a while, and I tell everyone to inspire other people, to help other people change, a person must do it first. Inspired by and through one's own change. So today I'd like, please accept my offer for you, my gift to you, because we haven't seen each other in a long time. And we wish you good health and a long life so that you can serve the people that come to this temple. You know, we've been following each other and I see everything that you do. Very busy here at the temple. Katina coming up. Katina ceremony is the offering of robes after the Raini's retreat. So 3 months, right now, 3 months, every monk has to retreat back to the temple and study the Dhamma. And then when they're done with the retreat, monks who have been traveling the year gets robes because their robes be all torn up historically. So he's very busy with Katina ceremony and everything. So we wish Venerable Chitana, he is to me a good friend, the wise friend, the Kalyana Mitra, and that the way how he walks his life inspired me to continue walk the life of a holy person. And you know, that's why we wish him good health, long life, always be well, free from mental suffering. If you could please give the blessing to them, the yatha first. Everyone put your hands together.
Yatha varidvaha pura paripurinti sakharam eva meva ito tinam petanam upakapati ichitam paditam tumham kipameva samichatu sape purintu sankapa janto panaraso yatha manichoti raso yatha
Sapitiyo vivanchantu sapparo vinasatu Mangalang rakantu sappa tirvata sappa buddhanuphawena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sappa mangalang rakantu sappa tirvata sappa dhammanuphawena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sappa mangalang rakantu sappa tirvata sappa nuphawena sada soti bhavantu te. My wishes for all of you, may you all be well, be happy, be free from mental suffering, be free from physical suffering. May you realize the light of your own true nature. May you all be healed and be a source of healing for others. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being deep listeners, careful listeners. And you all may be dismissed. You all can ask us questions afterwards, but you all are free. Very happy, wonderful group. I think Venerable Krishnan is very happy to see all of you here, group after group. So, any one of you would like to take pictures, you all can sit in front here, and we can take. Actually, let's do that, a group picture. But if you're on American Most Wanted, you probably don't want to take a picture. Go ahead, let's line up here, picture. You guys be on your knees here, facing that way. If we can push the chairs back so we don't get the chairs in the picture. Thank you. It's some exercise, right? You sit all day, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think we got everyone in. You can scoot over a little bit, get close to each other. Everyone put your hands together as a sign of peace.
I can't get anyone in. You two, you probably move here, and then you can just scoot it a little bit. Oh, you can go over there. It's just one person.
Wonderful. All right, put your hands together, big smile like you just won the lottery. Actually, you kind of did, because the teaching of the Buddha is like Jen. Okay, put your hands together.
3, 2.
We're good, Steve?
Hold up.
Oh, why don't you stand on the chair? Stand on the chair and take a whole view.
A little bit.
Yeah, Devin, Miss Brennan doesn't bite. Trust me.
I'm sorry.
3, 2.
Oh, one more from the chair. Thank you, thank you. You all can give Steve your number if you'd like a copy of that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You good, huh? You wouldn't have any other one? You visit your family?
Oh, yeah, right.
Next year? Last year? When did you return again? Steve?
Yeah.
You have fun already? It's a lot of fun. I don't think I see picture of you driving, right? Because I'm tired, I don't like that. Don't like it? Yeah, I wore purple all the time, I didn't like it either. robe with purple. Yeah. You seen it?
Yeah.
You seen it?
Wow.
Yeah, purple. How do I didn't like that?
Only orange and
Gold. Yeah, gold. And you know on Sanuk, I'm very famous on Sanuk. And then the other one,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, why? We don't know why you wear purple. This is Miss Brenda. Yeah.
Thank you. Blessing. When are you doing your class tomorrow at what's
Yes, we will meet tomorrow at 11 at Blissful.
Great.
We'll meet tomorrow at Blissful Beginnings. You guys have the address for that?
Yeah. Are you gonna be doing
Meditation.
the evening meditations as well at the beach or no?
Pending the weather. I mean, we already mounted just at the temple. There was the beach
Right.
where there's sun. Correct. So, but yeah, this coming week go by ear how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
But we will study samatha meditation and go deeper than that. So,
Can you
so you know they asked
Oh, yeah.
me, you know,
Of course.
on TikTok 1 million followers.
yeah, I see.
Yeah,
Thank you
and
so much.
They asked me to write a book. I said, take care. Okay. Strap on the other side. Strap on his side.
Yep.
They asked me to write a book. I'm writing a book right now. So very stressful. November. Let's see, August. 3 more months. I have to finish writing the book. Yeah. So busy.
Give me the
Yeah. Free.
free.
Down there.
Free.
Everything for you free. We came to just I thought today was vegetarian food to eat, but it's Sunday.
Sunday. No.
No festival?
No vegetarian.
No vegetarian? Oh, so
East vegetarian.
no. Just the food. They just came to the food is every Sunday. Right?
Yeah, for this Sunday.
Oh, okay. In Vietnam temple, it's vegetarian. Oh, but they can eat whatever here. I thought today was the day they serve food.
No, only Sunday.
But that's a good thing because with no one here, then I can teach them. I try to teach in there, but no AC. So I came in here and we got lucky. You know, everyone already gets to use the chair. So, but thank you. You please tell the other monks here. I said thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. And
And this one in Thailand here for you for TikTok.
oh, he followed me.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I like to meet him.
Okay.
Okay. I did not know. Oh goodness.
what is it?
He's gonna get the other monk. The other monk follows me on
Oh yeah.
something. I need you. Can you bring this box to me?
Yeah.
Can I see?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to see this one. Please don't die. 11% on my YouTube. Very important. One of the monks from Thailand followed me on TikTok, so I want to meet him. Never met him before. Hungry?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, super hungry, huh? I know Steve's hungry.
Conscious toned out always.
I can hear your tummy from here. That was pretty cool when we chanted, huh? The rhythm.
It's calming.
I'm gonna give him a lesson too. It was easy. That's why you have me.
I know, like, I don't know.
I don't even chant a lot. I actually messed up the last chant. I chant that every day, and I messed up on the last chant with him. Cause I forgot the soundhow part, and I just.
Are you from there yourself?
I don't know. Yo, Dad, you trying to? What you trying to do after this? You trying to go to there or something, or what?
I thought we was just doing this low key.
Yeah. Is that good? Or are we?
You guys
Because I got plans
Yeah.
later
That's
today.
good.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the other monk to come out like 10.
Are we meeting there, Angel?
Huh?
We finna meet at CIA, right? Is that where we're going after this?
Yeah, just wait for a second. Iconic.
It's funny, those people just joined.
Yeah.
I think they're very intrigued.
Yeah. Seemed awkward though.
We're still live.
Oh.
It's awkward for everyone when new people comes in because you're like,
Well, more the relationship more than anything. It wasn't like the whole atmosphere, it was just those two.
everyone's relationship is weird. Everyone's relationship is awkward. Opposites attract, remember?
That's true.
With anybody. No judging. The student of the venerable do not judge, especially publicly.
I'm not judging, I'm just witnessing.
The hell realm, rebirth.
Guess that's where I'm going. This place is super nice though.
A lot of maintenance requires a lot of
Costs a lot.
donations to keep going.
Yeah.
Keep coming. Oh. Maybe we take a picture together. Me, you, and him. 1, 2, 3. How old is he? How old is he? 20? 30?
Oh, 30.
32? He been a monk a long time?
Yes, for 12 years for one.
12.
And no, I think maybe 6 years for name night.
Yeah.
This year, 12 years.
Oh, seminary. Seminary.
Yes.
Seminary. I see. Wow. Did he come to stay here? Temple?
For 6 months.
Oh, 6 months. Oh, hello. How are you? Oh, please come for to sit with us.
Yeah.
Oh, would you like to sit here? We take picture.
Yeah.
Oh, would you like to sit here? We're gonna take picture.
Yes.
Would you like to sit here? Is he speaking English? Oh, a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
I see. I didn't know everyone was coming. How's everyone? How's everyone? Yeah, good to meet everyone here. I had a lot of students here, but they already left. Yeah, talk about Dhamma the whole day. Put your hands together. Make sure you properly salute the venerables. You guys, again, move the chair back and sit right in front here for pictures. Move the chair all the way back. sit close, put your hands together, move all the drinks out of the way or put them next to you. Put your hands together, okay? Big nice smile towards the camera.
3, 2.
You got it?
You want more?
No, I think we're good here.
Alright.
I have. Steve, come here for a second. In here there's 3 envelopes.
Yep.
In here there's
Yep.
cash. Put 40 in each of them, back here in this room right here. Then come back and give me the envelopes real quick. Do it real quick.
Yep.
Can you tell the monks I have gifts for them? In 1 minute, I have gifts for them. So I don't come often, so every time I come, I like to give everyone a gift. Yeah.
follow you for TikTok.
Oh, Kitty.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I need to learn Thai. I need to learn Thai. Yeah. So when I go to Thailand, I can speak Thai.
Yeah. This Tan Song Pong.
Tam Song Pong.
He
Oh.
once a month.
Oh, okay. See,
No,
he-
so long is his one.
Oh, he came out first. He came first, so I thought he followed me on TikTok.
No.
Okay, I know, but he came first. You said one person coming, not 3. So I thought he called me on TikTok. I see.
Next, Tan Supat.
Oh, Tan Supat.
Yes,
Oh.
that's super. That's
He
Thank
stay in temple, I think 6 years.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
5 years.
Past 6 years. Long time. Next year I travel. Next year I will go to Thailand.
Next year.
Yeah.
Next year.
Next year. I don't know which temple yet, but this year I'm writing a book. And then I have not taken vacation for 7 years. And next year I go to Laos, to Cambodia, Vietnam,
Thailand.
and Thailand. Are you gonna go next year to Thailand? Anyone going to Thailand next year? Will you have it?
Next year, you go back to Thailand.
Okay.
You stay in Thailand. I think it's 6 months.
Let me see my bag.
America.
Is it 4 in here?
4.
4 envelopes?
Yes, correct.
I see. Alright, prepare for pictures, both of you. We have 2 cameras.
The other camera's dead.
Okay. Please let them know to please accept my offer. My offer for you.
Thank you.
My offer for you. Thank you. An offer for you. And one more. Thank you for letting me come and visit. And you let them know. Thank you for letting me come and visit. Yeah. All the students here, they love it here. Yeah. Thai temple always look beautiful. Yeah.
This temple, I think it's like Thailand, no, in America. From here,
Uh-huh. Okay, so now we know. You guys fix the chair back to where the chair used to be. Make sure you clean up everything. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I go now. I go home now. No problem. Yes, a lot of pictures. 200 pictures. It's okay.
This name.
TikTok.
On TikTok.
Yeah. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah. If this one dies, if something died, we have a GoPro. GoPro, yeah. And then in here, 2 more GoPro. And then he wearing a GoPro too. So yeah, Dhamma. Spread the Dhamma. You guys had fun, huh?
Yeah.
We're still recording, so hold it. Hold it. Let me grab all this. Just